Hi, I'd like to talk to you about managing conflict. This is number one in a series that I'm going to do on managing conflict. And tonight I want to talk about diffuse physiological arousal, or what to do when you lose it. And let's face it, we've all been there at some stage. And in these challenging times, it's quite likely that we're going to feel frustrated and find tensions rising when we're kept in close quarters and not always able to access our usual stress management tools. So what happens? What is all this about? If we think about our brain, it's evolved to keep us alive, and the survival part of our brain was very easily triggered for our ancestors should they sense there was a tiger in the vicinity or they needed to fight or run for their lives. Of course, today we're not faced with tigers, but we could just have our partner say, "Not interested in helping you cook dinner tonight, I'm going for a run." And our brain perceives this as a threat to our relationship, maybe as a threat to our existence. And we're triggered. And when we're triggered, our vagus nerve takes the brakes off the parasympathetic nervous system, and our heart starts to race. Our body is flooded with stress chemicals, cortisol and adrenaline, because they're going to help us fight or run. And as this happens, our heart rate goes up. And usually once it gets to around 100 beats a minute, we know that we're fully in survival mode. It's our survival brain, this sort of older part of our brain that's in control, rather than our smart brain or the prefrontal cortex with all the executive functions. Once our heart rate's around 100 beats a minute, we're no longer using all our executive skills, our communication skills. We're just in survival mode. And our brain is just looking for, do I fight? Do I run? Or do I freeze? And at this stage, we're likely to start shouting. We're likely to repeat ourselves. This smart brain's really gone offline. And we can't hear anything much that our partner has to say because we're just focused on survival. So that's step number one. Notice what your heart rate is doing. So whether you're using a smartwatch, whether you're just checking your pulse, develop an idea, check when you're feeling calm, check when you're just slightly stressed, and see if you can remember to check as you're getting stressed. So we know that couples that are not able to manage this stress and this heightened physiological arousal, couples that are in chronic heightened physiological arousal, have less resistance to infection and are more likely to get divorced compared to couples that can manage this situation and self-soothe and soothe each other, and so reduce this physiological arousal that their body experiences. So first up, we're going to notice that your heart rate has escalated. Next step is to ask your partner for a break. Now, this could be as simple as a timeout signal, or that might antagonize things. You might remember Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer in Friends had a separation symbol that they used when they wanted to pause in an argument. Or you could inject some humour and you might be able to do a collywobbles. So however you and your partner decide to do it, and have that conversation when things are calm, because you don't want to bring that up when stress levels are high. Call a break. Let your partner know, I need to take a break right now. I'm feeling really stressed. And when you call your break, then it's time to do some self-soothing and maybe have your partner help soothe you. It's wonderful if you and your partner can help each other soothe, because then you become that port in the storm for each other. But however you do it, you might do some calming breathing exercises. You might do some muscle relaxation exercises. Maybe what works for you is taking a shower, making a cup of tea, having a walk in the yard, um, playing music, singing some songs. Whatever it is you do, it's good to have some go to practices, particularly at this time when you may not have your regular uh, go tos. So make sure you've got some new things that are going to work if you're social distancing or in isolation. So you want to do these calming exercises. And it may be that you can't get back to finish the conversation with your partner immediately. We know that it can take 20 or even 30 minutes for all those stress chemicals to metabolize through your body. And so if your partner's got to leave or go out, you don't want to leave them uncertain about what's happening with the conversation that you were both so triggered over. So make a commitment to come back and finish that conversation within 24 hours. So we've got 4 steps there. First up, we're going to notice what our heart rate's doing. Are we escalating and getting stressed? 2, we're going to ask our partner for a break, whether it's through a symbol or words. 3, we're going to do some calming exercises. And again, that could be something you do together or apart. And if you're doing it apart, don't just keep replaying the argument in your head, because that will keep you escalated. The object is to calm down. And then finally, 4, return to the conversation and finish the conversation in a calm way. So I hope you find that helpful. Please ask me any questions, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon. Thank you.